Hi guys, welcome to or back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess and this is my October TBR. So in the month of September, I had 7 books on my physical TBR, out of which I was able to complete these bottom 5. I was not able to complete these top 2, so they will be automatically added on to my October TBR. So every month I do a small little TBR game. I'm not going to go into all of the details here because I did that in my first video that I did of it, so I will link that video right up here. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the rules for this month. So random number 1 is 11. So not favorite genre, so any book that is not my favorite genre. And this will be replaced with longest book, which is the longest book on my TBR. So the first rule was not favorite genre, so any book that is not my favorite genre. And for this, I chose Teresa of the New World by Sharmin Apt Russell. I think that's how you say it. I probably just butchered it, but I'm sorry if I did. That's what I think it says. I don't really know too much about this book. I know that it's about a girl and it has to do with some type of North American folklore, and I would not typically read that, so I'm counting it as not favorite genre, and I will be picking this up this month. It is really short, so hopefully it'll be something that I will get through really quickly, and yeah, that's that one. Random roll number 2 is 17. So this is going to be pink, so any book that has pink on the cover. And this will be replaced with shortest book, so the shortest book on my TBR. And for roll number 2, we got pink, so anything with pink on the cover. And for this one, I am going to be picking up this edition of The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I have read this book multiple times. It's definitely going to be a reread for me. This is my favorite book of all time. I own it in about 6 different editions currently at the moment, and I haven't actually read this edition of it yet, and it is definitely pink, so I'll be picking it up this month. So this is about a girl named Mary, who was a rich, spoiled little girl in India, and one day her parents and the entire staff contract a virus that kills them all, and she's the only one left alive. When they find her, she is sent to go live with her uncle, who is a recluse and really doesn't like children, and she ends up finding a secret garden that she makes her own, and she just makes friends, and she turns into this whole different person, and I love it, and I'm really excited to get to read it again this month. Random roll number 3, 15. Mystery, so this is any mystery novel on my TBR. And this will be replaced with newest release, so the newest release book on my TBR. And for prompt number 3, we got mystery, so any book that is a mystery novel. And for this prompt, I will be picking up The Good Girl by Mary Kupika. So this book follows a girl named Mia who goes into a bar and ends up finding this guy who she thinks is going to be a fun one-night stand. When she ends up following him home, however, she discovers that this is not true. He ends up taking her captive and hiding her in this secluded cabin, and we follow the detective and her mother as they try to find her and figure out where she has gone. So I don't really know much about it other than that, and I hope that it's going to be a fun kind of thriller-ish mystery because it is Halloween and it's spooky season, so want a spooky book. And yeah, that's this one. Random roll number 4, 13. So classics illustrated edition, so any illustrated edition of a classic that I have on my TBR. And this will be replaced with lowest rated, so the lowest rated book on my TBR. And for roll number 4, we got classics illustrated edition. So this is any illustrated edition of a classic that I own. And for this prompt, I will be picking up this illustrated edition of Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. So this is a classic that I have not read yet, but it is about this family who decides they want to adopt, and they're expecting a little boy, and they get a fiery, hard-headed little girl, and their world is just turned upside down, and she goes on all these fun adventures. And yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I'm trying to read more classics and kind of check them off my list, and I'm excited to get this one checked off of it. Random roll number 5, hopefully the last. 20. Highest rated, so the highest rated book on my TBR. And for next time, this will be replaced with yellow, so any book that has yellow on the cover. And the last prompt for this month is highest rated. So I went on my Goodreads and I took my TBR shelf and I sorted it by average rating, and I found the highest one, and that will be this book that I pick. So the highest rated book on my TBR so far is Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. So this is the third book in the series, and I've read the first one. I'm currently in the middle of the second one. I'm listening to it on audiobook, so whenever I finish that one, I will be picking this one up. I don't know if I'm going to physically read it or do an audiobook. It is a super big book. It is over 1,000 pages, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 1,233 pages, so this will definitely be something that I will read throughout the month, but I'm super excited. This is the third book in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson, and it follows this country that is torn by war, and you follow multiple different perspectives as they go through, and they're each playing this part in the war and in the things that are going on. It has great atmosphere. The world that he builds is just amazing. It has great politics, a lot of witty banter. You fall in love with every single character that you meet in here. You love them all for their own reasons, and it's great, and I'm so excited to get to pick up this book in the series, as the fourth book is actually coming out sometime later this year. But yeah, I will be picking up this one as well. So there were 2 books I was not able to complete off of my September TBR that will be getting added to this month's, and the first one is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. So this is about a girl named Emily whose best friend Sloane goes missing at the beginning of her summer, and she's really left trying to figure out where she went and what happened and what she's going to do with herself now that she doesn't have her best friend. However, her best friend left her a list of 13 things to do over the summer, and she thinks maybe if she does them, she'll find out where her best friend went. So she sets off to try to figure out how to finish this list and to cross all of them off, and she ends up finding help with this boy named Frank, and you know, I'm assuming they get caught up in a romance, and it just sounds fun and lighthearted, and I'm excited to read this one. So these are the 7 books I will be picking up in October. Let me know down below if you have read any of these and what you thought about them, as I would love to know. And also let me know what books you are planning to read in October, as I would also love to know that. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye!